Hey everybody, it is Thursday, March 29th, and this is the Kanye West News Rundown presented by Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West. My name is Chris Lambert, and today's the first day of the baseball season. Indians play tonight. Go Tribe. Very excited. You might see these tattoos. I'm a pretty big baseball fan, so I'm excited to have that back and going on. One of the little improvements that we've made as we're trying to improve the viewing experience on a whole, you'll see that down here there's a little bit of a rundown of what we're going to be talking about. You can expect that for all future episodes instead of just wondering how long it's going to be, what we're going to talk about. If there are ever any topics you want me to discuss, go ahead and tweet them at us. Leave a comment down here, and hopefully it'll be something I talk about. It should be something I talk about. But getting into the day's news. First up, Billboard article by Dave Brooks. Kanye splits with longtime manager Izzy Zikovic. It says exclusive, but everyone's been talking about it. And there's not a lot known about what's going on. Kanye has been managed by Scooter Braun and Izzy for 2 years now. Scooter Braun came on right before Pablo came out, when Kanye famously just told him he was going to be his manager. And Scooter's like, I'll be your friend, I'll talk with you about stuff. And Kanye just started telling places to speak with Scooter because Scooter was his manager. So he kind of forced Scooter into the role, and now instead of having both managers, it looks like Scooter's the sole person. And we don't, again, know yet why this is. Some speculated it's because Izzy's own company has taken on more clients, and maybe he's focusing more on other people. They've been working together for 8-ish years now. It may just be time where Izzy wants to do something else, and it's nothing serious, but just Kanye's looking for something new, Izzy's looking for something new, so they're going their separate ways. But, a small part of me kind of wonders and kind of hopes that this has to do more with the Mythos Studio thing that we talked about yesterday, the new film studio that Scooter Braun's starting up, and it's just something where Kanye is going to be working with Scooter so much on that it didn't make sense for Izzy to still be around, that he had his own clients to go and deal with. But we'll see as more information comes out, or else maybe we'll never know. What else do we got? This is pretty funny. Joe Price wrote an article about the super deluxe Tame Impala Kanye. So you're not going to be able to hear it, but it's this great tweet that takes quotes from Kanye's interviews and turns them into this song that's pretty hilarious. You'll be able to follow the link, listen along. Good. Funny. Good. And as you can tell, this is not going to be a big news day. You can see that from the rundown, and you can see that this is our second story. So, a pretty funny moment being a baseball fan. Tim Kurkjian, who, is this, I don't know if legendary is quite the right word, but he's somebody as a baseball fan that I've grown up with. I look forward to his commentary. Yeah, you know what? Legendary. He's a legendary baseball analyst. And he's talking about how he knows nothing about music. And you can see that he said for a very short time he didn't know if Kanye West was a man or woman. And I don't know this announcer, but you can see his face. This is the moment that he heard that. Let me zoom in. And he went from smiling to just eyebrows raised in shock and surprise. So, I'm glad Tim eventually learned the sex of Kanye West and has hopefully heard some of Kanye's music. I don't know, maybe we can get him onto the show, interview him, really have him sit down and listen to Kanye and get his thoughts and opinions. And I would enjoy that. So Tim, come on the show. Getting into some of the R. Kanye stuff, this is a poem that Edward wrote that got published in his school magazine. You can read it here if you want to go and leave some thoughts and comments. Wavy ones, support. You can go onto our Kanye and support. This post, I don't want to give it attention because it just seems controversial out of maybe for the sake of controversy, but it's also, I think, an ignorance that is something that Kanye fans are going to have to deal with maybe over the next few years as people, not people, but Kanye haters look for reasons to hate on him. This is definitely going to be a subject that comes up. And I think it's important to have an understanding of what was going on in that time and how sleep deprivation really is this serious fucking thing. And I think this post shows the ignorance that there is around mental health, especially in the comparison. You scroll down a little bit and the person says, there have been artists who have performed while battling with pancreatic cancer. It's just like, it's a completely different ballgame to have cancer to having a mental health issue such as severe sleep deprivation or anything else that was going on. I myself got diagnosed in college with severe sleep deprivation, and it crippled my social skills, my ability to do work. I was on the baseball team at the time. My performance dropped significantly, and these things were happening before my life reached a critical point. It was just like worse and worse performance in everything until there was finally that breakdown and I needed to go get help. But it was years in the making. It wasn't something that was just, oh, I didn't sleep for a week and now I have severe sleep deprivation. It's something where you have bad habits that really interfere with your life and cause this growing sleep debt that really takes its toll. And they compare it a lot to being drunk. That's the equivalent. That being sleep deprived for this long is like waking up every day and just chugging 6 beers and going about your day. You start off at the point where you're kind of like loose and tipsy and it's kind of fun, right? And then you move into that stage where you're kind of like fun and loud and losing control, like a loss of control, but not necessarily in a bad way. Then you tip, and eventually you're reaching a point where it's like the drunk person where you're like, they're way too drunk. Like they need to go home soon, or just like go home now. And then you tip even further to the point where it's like, they either need to go to the hospital or like somebody needs to put them in a cab, get them water, like some shit, but this is like bad. And it's just not a simple thing in the way that this person is making it out to see. And I don't know if it's our responsibility as Kanye fans to talk about that or know about that, but I think it's something that we as Kanye fans, if we want to have these conversations with people, it helps to have more information about, mental health, sleep deprivation, how this stuff affects you. So then you're not coming off as ignorant as this is, because this is something that not just Kanye, but probably people in your life deal with. Maybe something that you're dealing with. It's not something I understood at the time, and I wish I had a better understanding of it, because I don't think my freshman and sophomore year of college would have been as difficult as they were if I had a better understanding of the mental health issues I was facing from sleep deprivation. And this might be my favorite post of the day. So, Cool Doda talks about how different Kanye looks with a beard. And this is such a 1-2 punch. So you click, and that's the picture, right? Like, he really does look very different with the beard. Like, startlingly different. Which I think if I were to shave at this point, I'm 31 right now. I don't think I necessarily look like a 31-year-old adult male. But when I shave, I look still like I'm 17. A couple years back, I was 28 years old, and somebody's like, "Oh, what brought you to Austin? Are you in school?" And I was like, "Oh no, I graduated." And I've had other people they ask me what I'm doing, and I'd be like, "Well, I just moved to Austin," and they're like, "Oh, are you going to college there?" And it's like, no, I'm nearing 30, And now that I am 30, people don't say that quite as much, but still, that's what you get there. That youthful look. So then the other post with the beard. Jesus. I like it. That was good. That made me laugh. And you get some comments. So that's the Kanye West news for today. Not a lot going on. No album stuff, nothing big. But if there are any topics you want us to discuss on Monday, Friday we don't do news episodes, and over the weekend we don't. Go ahead and leave a comment here. Follow us on Twitter at Kanye Podcast. If you want to listen to some of our lyrical analyses and deconstructions, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, any place where podcasts exist, we're there. And if you are a fan of the show for a period of time, or fan of the Twitter, or fan of the podcast, and want to support us in any way, there's our Twitter. We have a Patreon, and we have some goals. The first one, when we hit $300 a month, we're going to be able to consistently pay artists to produce Kanye-inspired shirts and other items that we can sell and offer and give to Patreon subscribers, offer to the general public. So we're looking forward to that. We're doing a little bit now, but it takes a while just because of the money involved. But we do have one artist hired that's going to be coming out with a shirt based on our Kanye West Best Song Tournament Deathmatch Extreme 2000 Twitter winner, which happened back in December. So look forward to that, hopefully sometime next month. And we have another shirt being designed that's for the winner of the Best Kanye West Song Tournament Deathmatch Extreme 2000 that we did on our show between me, Travis, and Jordan. So 2 shirts in the making. They should both be cool. Watch baseball, love Kanye, stay wavy, and we'll talk Monday.